talk about the Patter Foundation and its library. So the Patter Foundation was, so a little bit about the Patter Foundation. It's called Patter because Patter in Latin means father, and in Kenya, the father figure is the person who provides for the home. So if a kid in Kenya doesn't have a father, it's going to be hard for them to get opportunities and go far in life. So the Patter Foundation was started to get kids a better education opportunity and be able to get what they need. And so it was started in 2015, and the mission is based off Psalm 68:5. A father to the fatherless, a defender of the widows, is God in his holy dwelling. So how does Patter help? So we help with education by giving school tuition, because in Kenya, even if it's a public school, you still need to pay a little bit of school tuition. So somebody in the US will get to learn a little bit about a student who needs their help, and then they will sponsor them to go through their schooling up to high school. And then there's also adult training. But I'm mainly here today to talk about the Patter Library, which provides reading opportunities to kids who don't, because in Kenya the libraries don't have, they don't have a lot of picture books. So the Patter Library is making a community library so that they can like reading more and to enjoy reading more and not just, because it's hard to go and get a job in places like that if you can't really read that well, because the only books they really have are textbooks. So kind of the problem in Kenya was that there was few reading materials in the schools, and it was only really available in the private schools. But most students in Patter couldn't really afford a private school. And this is the library at one of the better private schools in Kakamega County, which is rural Kenya. So in the city, it's kind of like Philadelphia. They have everything they really need. But in rural Kenya, they kind of need a library. So that's what we're helping with. So this was the library in one of the best Catholic high schools in Kenya. You can tell that it's not really set up to please the eye or to get people to love learning, but it's mainly built so that you can get what you need to study, and then you're set. So the reason the Patter Library was made was to build a love of reading in children from all backgrounds in Kenya, so that everyone had the opportunity to get some extra education on the side if they need to, because they're really smart just like us. They just don't have all the opportunities the same as us. So how do we do this? This is where you guys come in. So we collect books from schools, churches, businesses, and we do fundraisers and book drives. So we're gonna have a spot set up in the library where you guys can donate newer books to these kids, and then we take them to our garage and we sort them, we review them, and we make sure they're good for kids, and then we put them in metal barrels to protect them en route to Kenya. And then to get them from the US there, we have to commercially ship them. So we ship the barrels in the containers, and they go all the way around the bottom of Africa and then come up on the coast. And then some of the trucks bring the barrels from the coast to the Nambacha. So the reason we're doing all this is so that the kids can read. So that's how we get the books from here to Kenya. I went on a mission trip in 2023 this summer to get some of the books inside the library and remodel the shop front. So here's some pictures. So we collected from some schools, some of our friends' schools, and we shipped the books there. You can see the trucks when they arrived. They kind of arrived at the same time as us, so that was really cool, because then we got to see them there. And so we're trying to collect more books to package and ship to Kenya. So for the boat to get from here to Kenya, we have to go around, down all the way under the bottom of South Africa, and then come up on the east and drive back. So when we got there, they had already remodeled a store. So we got a shop film, and it wasn't very great, so we wanted to redo the flooring. We came in and painted, but they redid the roofs and the ceilings, and they put in new doors and windows. So that was what the library looks like now. So they redid basically they redid the whole front, but then we came in and we painted and we built bookshelves. So Johnny was plastering the walls and we were painting to make sure there's no holes. And they don't have a Home Depot in Kenya, so we had to get a welder to get the metal together for the bookshelves. And those were the first 3 bookshelves that we had, but we're gonna get more to fill multiple rooms. So we did a library preview day where we set up a little bit for the kids to see what's to come. So we just set up all the books like that. We didn't really put them shelf to shelf because we didn't bring all the books in, but we just set it up so that after school the kids could come in and see what this library was going to look like. So then one of the first kids came in, I think her name was Joy, and she was really smart, and she could already read, and she was only like 6, and she was really smart, but she'd never read a picture book before. So Miss Naomi, who went with us on our trip, she's a part of Pattern, helped her with it, and it was really cool. And then her sister was also there. She seemed pretty interested in it. So then after school was let out, the first high schoolers came, and they were they were set a little back because they didn't really know what to do because they never had a library class in school. So they didn't know how this worked. And they also didn't have to pay for it, so they were kind of confused. But when the elementary kids came, they wanted to see everything and touch everything. So it was really cool because it made everyone more familiar with the library, but they were just getting to see books in good condition, so that if you guys donate books that are in good condition, they'll know to keep the books nice. And because if you donate books that aren't nice or they're kind of ripped, then they'll know that they don't have to take good care of them. But if you donate nicer books, they'll try to keep them nice for the people who are to come next. So they're really excited about all this cool books because they never really seen this before. When I was little, I liked to learn more about dinosaurs and sharks and stuff. So they didn't they were from rural Kenya, so it's kind of landlocked. Not the country, but just in there. So they didn't really know about all the sharks in the ocean and stuff like that. So I think they'll getting to learn more about dinosaurs and stuff like that. On the preview day, over 100 kids came. So it was really cool to see how many people this would be affecting. So you guys can know that if you send a book or you send a couple of books that you have already read and you're kind of done with, other kids will get to use them and they'll like them. So the reason I'm here is to get you guys to donate some books and some money for shipping the books to Kenya, furniture in the library to make it more of a hangout spot and nice for the kids to be in, and then electricity and water just to make sure it's all running, and maybe a librarian to live there so that she can teach them more, or he can teach them more about the library. And then also for Pattern administration to get somebody else to also work for Pattern so that they can get to know the kids more when they are sponsoring them. And I think Johnny's gonna do the next part.
Is that you should love your neighbor as yourself. So this is one way you could be a missionary just from your house. You don't have to travel to a different country to make a difference in another country. And nice story.
Personal testimony and prayer.
Okay, so is there any questions? We'll take questions. You can donate any kids' books. So you can donate any kind of books that you're kind of done with. It's just not really adults' books.
Can you donate used books that you don't read?
Yeah, you can donate used books, especially if you don't read them anymore. But we want them to be pretty good condition and not and they're not ripped at all. So if you just bring them to the library, that'd be really cool. Joseph.
How many days were you in Kenya?
We were in there for about a month, but we were only really working on the library for like a couple of days, but it was really cool to get to see what we did. In the back? Yeah. There was probably like 150 kids on the first day, so I think it would be really cool for all these kids to get the opportunity, because there'll be a lot of people impacted if just some of you guys each donate a book. In the back. Yeah, we're probably gonna go back there because we have a lot of family there, so yeah, you want to see them. We try to go every other year, and yeah, it's just really cool to see how Pattern is sponsor kids. Because on this slide, you can see some of the things that Pattern has done in the past. So at the top left, there's a bunch of the kids who have gone through the school system from the U.S.-based donors. And then you can see on the right, that's some of our donors getting to meet their kid when they came with us in Kenya. And then you can see the library and some of the kids who graduated. And then in the bottom right corner, we had a teacher come with us, and she taught some of the local schools more about getting their kids to love reading more. So yeah, any other questions? Well, we kind of only have the rest of the school year, but I think we might set up a donation spot next year. So yeah. So like, I don't know if you caught it, but at the beginning, Pater means father in Latin. So in Kenya, the father figure kind of provides for the home. So since Pater is like father of the fatherless and the defender of widows, they just try to do that. We would probably just ship them.
We build it.
Oh yeah, the money would be used to pay builders in Kenya. We wouldn't ship it from here to there. So if you
No.
yeah, so that it would like be given to carpenters there, and they